Generational tension is not new in the workplace, and the differences from one generation to the next can often cause tension. But how is the focus shifting? Jody Holland joins us today to talk about one of last year's big internet memes, "Okay, Boomer." So Andy and I were just talking about this. He's like, "I'm sorry, I don't know what that is."
So I've started hearing this at conferences, particularly from the younger generations, millennials and Generation Z. And the "okay, Boomer" is kind of this dismissive, you're too old to change, you're too old to understand, you're focused on the wrong areas, that kind of stuff. And so when you hear that phrase, "okay, Boomer," it's, I've had enough of trying to explain my generation to you. I'm going to be me, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm not going to try to be you. What's interesting to me, though, in talking about that shift is we are now down below 20% of the working population being baby boomers, and the majority being the millennial generation, and Gen Xers being a smaller generation kind of stuck there in the middle. Mm-hmm. So when you think about the millennial generation, they received so much grief when they first started in the workplace, like, oh, they want a participation trophy, they want this, they want that, and they didn't get a break, particularly from that baby boomer generation. And now that we are reducing the number of boomers in the workplace, the ones that are hanging on that don't want to change, they have kind of started driving the younger ones nuts, who are now the majority. Making
workplaces sort of challenging at times, and maybe a little toxic, right?
A little bit, because you know, the millennial generation was not taught always respect the person in charge no matter what, even if you don't agree with them. Instead, they was taught, stand up for yourself. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's a bad lesson, to stand up for yourself, but it's backfired on a lot of the people that probably taught that lesson. Like, no, I meant my kids, not you.
Stand up with a caveat, right?
Right, with a caveat. Just don't ever talk back to me in the workplace. Mm-hmm.
So how do we communicate then? Because, right, we don't want everybody to leave their jobs. If you still want to work, you should work, right?
You should absolutely work as long as you want to work, because it fulfills your passion and your purpose. The main thing that you've got to do is you've got to learn to listen more effectively. Leadership skills have changed significantly in the last 10 years, and I have run into a lot of times with baby boomers. They go, oh, no, I went through leadership training in '84, I'm good. And they don't want to go back to any kind of training because they think they've got it all figured out. We are not managing the same group of people that you were managing in 1984. You have to have an upgrade. So you have to continuously invest in the leadership skills based on who the followers are today, not based on who they used to be or who you are. It's always about leading the right people in the right way.
Don't you think also it should come from the millennial side as well, though, right?
Absolutely.
Like give and take.
Everything is a give and take, and I believe that the millennials have a ton of potential to offer as long as they also listen and invest in their ability to understand where the boomers are coming from.
Got it. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. We can learn more at the Growth Conference. I'm sure that these sorts of topics will be touched on.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be talking about culture at the Growth Conference, but you can, on the screen there, the bit.ly/GrowthCon2020, we now have 9 amazing speakers that are going to be there talking about leadership, marketing, sales, success, culture, all kinds of amazing stuff. So we'd love to have you there.
All right, very good. Jody Holland, thanks for coming by.
You bet.
We appreciate it. Stick around. We've got more Studio 4 after this.